Good morning on this Easter Monday. Yes, Monday, the 6th of April. Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to Vic and Burn Sports Chat. I'm Vic, and welcome to your daily dose of sports information and roundups and updates and whatever you want to call it. It is that time of the morning, and I hope you're all doing well. That's the most important thing. Safe and happy and healthy. There you go. Our topics, so we're going to talk football, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, rugby, IPL, cricket, NCAA basketball, EuroLeague basketball. We can have some darts in here as well. Going to get through a lot this morning. Just want to switch that off. There you go. So let's get started. Before we get started, remember, email on top of that beautiful bold head is the email. There you go. And if you take the email away, then I can also tell you to subscribe. To like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. We're on 149,129. So can we get to 150 by the weekend? Let's hope so, guys. So keep on liking, subscribing, and sharing the word. Here we go. Let's start with the sports this morning. I think we got to start with the football this morning. There you go. English FA Cup yesterday. West Ham against Leeds. Interesting game. I'll watch a little bit of that. Leeds were up 2-0. Until the 93rd minute, and then West Ham scored 2 goals in 3 minutes to take it all the way through extra time and penalty shooting, and then Leeds won 4-2 on penalty shooting. So Leeds into the semi-finals. You got Leeds, you got I almost said Arsenal. No. You've got Leeds, you've got Southampton, you've got Chelsea, and you've got Manchester City. Southampton will take on Manchester City, Chelsea and Leeds play each other. All of that will be in Wembley later in the month. Yippity-doo-dah. Listen here, if you're a Gunners, look away soon because there's going to be more bad news coming. Then in the Spanish Liga in España, Getafe beat Club Athletic Bilbao 2-0. Valencia in a big good game there, lost 3-2 to Celta Vigo. Then Real Oviedo beat Sevilla 1-0. And Alaves and Osasuna drew 2-2. Don't forget, all our tables will be tomorrow for the football and stuff like that. Table Tuesday, not to be forgotten. Then in the Bundesliga, jawohl, meine Freunde, aus Deutschland. There you go. Union Berlin and St. Pauli drew 1-1. Is that good for them? We'll see tomorrow with the tables. Frankfurt and Cologne, or as they would say in Germany, Köln, drew 2-2. Then, in Italia, buongiorno tutti. Bologna beat Cremonese 2-1. Torino beat Pisa 1-0. Their tower is not so straight in Pisa, neither is it in the table. And then Inter Milano, they beat Roma 5-2. I mean, thrashing. Nico Barella on the scoreboard. Thuram on the scoreboard. Çalhanoğlu, Martinez, good stuff there, man. Looking good for Inter to become champions in Italy. We'll know more tomorrow when we do the tables. And then in the French league, bonjour. Angers and Lyon drew 0-0. Le Havre and Auxerre drew 1-1. Lorient and Paris FC drew 1-1. Metz and Nantes drew 0-0. We do get somebody that's winning in France. Monaco beat Marseille 2-1. Good result there. Let me just quickly go to the chat. Good stuff there. Yeah. A lot of people in this morning. Always good to see. There you go. I will talk about the vote in a second. Just let me put it out there. There you go, so I can see it. Good stuff. Then more results. Hey, we're not quite finished. Then we go to the Women's FA Cup. And Arsenal lose again. This time the ladies losing 2-0 to Brighton. Massive upset. The team that's in the semi-finals of the Champions League lose to one of the teams at the bottom of the Women's Premier League. Not a good result there. And Liverpool beat Charlton Athletic 1-0. It's a little bit of redemption for Liverpool. The ladies are better than their men. There you go. What else we got? Then you got the Dutch League. And I don't normally do the Dutch League in the morning, but because my favorite team in the Netherlands won, Go Ahead Eagles beat Pek Zwolle 5-0. We thrashed them. Good stuff there. Then Volendam and Feyenoord drew 0-0. Heerenveen beat Hercules Almelo 4-1, and NAC Breda and Sparta Rotterdam drew 0-0. Don't forget, big football this week. Tomorrow evening, we've got the Champions League Conference live here, first leg, quarterfinals. We got Real Madrid against Bayern Munich, and we got Sporting Lisbon against Arsenal. I'll be doing both games simultaneously. Same thing on Wednesday. We'll have Paris Saint-Germain against FC Liverpool and FC Barcelona against Atletico Madrid. So good stuff there. Be sure to join me for that. Move on to the North American sports. Let's get straight into the NBA. Lots to get into. Start off on the top. The Raptors losing 115-101 to the Celtics. Jason Tatum, 23 points, 13 rebounds and 7 assists. Good to see Jason Tatum back and healthy. The Wizards lost to the Nets 115-121. The Suns beat the Bulls 120-110. Devin Booker there with 30 points. The Bucks, that's a surprising one, beating the Grizzlies 131-115. Ryan there with 21 points and 5 steals. The Cavaliers took care of the Pacers 117-108. Donovan Mitchell there with 38 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Michael Porter Jr. for the Pacers with 21 points and 12 rebounds. Got to mention him. Then the Hornets took care of the Timberwolves 122-108. LaMelo Ball with 35 points and 8 assists. Then the Magic took care of the Pelicans 112-108. Pablo Banchero again. What a game. 23 points, 16 rebounds and 6 assists. The Thunder roll on. They just keep on winning. They thrashed the Utah Jazz 146-111. Chet Holmgren there with 21.7 rebounds and 4 blocks. The Lakers took care of the Lakers got taken care of by the Mavericks. 134-128. Cooper flag there. 45 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists for a winning Mavericks team, and for a losing Lakers team. LeBron with 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 15 assists. So 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. The Clippers took care of the Kings, 138-109. Kawhi Leonard with 26 points in that one. And not on my list because I just finished a second ago. The Houston Rockets beat the Golden State Warriors 117-116 in a tight game there. Last second layup there from Alpen Sengun to get the win for the Rockets. Kevin Durant was the main man there with 31 points, 8 rebounds and 8 assists. And Stephen Curry at 29 points for a losing Warriors team there. Let's have a look at the tables because things are changing. Out in the West, well, not a lot is changing there because the Thunder and the Spurs, the 2 top dogs. Thunder, I think, have got that number 1 spot wrapped up now because they'd have to lose their last 3 games, and I don't think that's happening. Lakers are sliding a little bit, but it's close. Lakers, Nuggets, and Rockets are going to fight out for that 3rd spot still. I'm hoping that the Denver gets 3rd, and then the Rockets 4th and the Lakers 5th, because I'd like to see the Lakers Rockets in the first round. At the bottom, we know Golden State are going to be the 10th seed, that's for sure. And the only good question is, who is the 9th and the 8th seed? Clippers, Portland Trailblazers. Sorry about that. There you go. In the East, Detroit, they will take number 1 spot in the East, followed by Boston and New York. Look, don't sleep on Boston in the East. Tatum's back. I think Boston's the strongest team in the East. Detroit without Cunningham going to be difficult. Knicks, Cavaliers, there you go. Hawks with a nice push at the end of the season. 76ers on the 6th spot, and then we'll see what happens from the 76ers down to the Miami Heat. Are there any changes there in the rankings? Then we move to the NHL. There were a few games last night. The Wild beat the Red Wings 5-4. The Panthers lost to the Penguins 2-5 and are officially out of the playoffs. They cannot make the playoffs. The Bruins lost to the Flyers 2-1. The Hurricanes lost to the Senators 3-6. The Devils beat the Canadiens 3-0. The Capitals got thrashed by the New York Rangers 8-1. And the St. Louis Blues beat the table-leading Avalanche 3-2. Let's have a look at the East first. Well, there you go. Tampa Bay, Buffalo, Montreal, all in the playoffs already, as well as the Carolina Hurricanes. Lot to play for still there. As you can see, Maple Leafs, Panthers, and the Rangers are definitely out of the playoff running. In the West, you got the Colorado Avalanche, the Dallas Stars, and the Minnesota Wild. They've all booked their spots. The only 2 teams that are out of the running at the moment are the Chicago Blackhawks and the Vancouver Canucks. So the last 2 weeks or last 2.5 weeks of the regular season should be very, very interesting. Just a quick little note there from the NFL. Stephon Gilmore, yeah, I did play for my Patriots. What a cornerback, 2-time Pro Bowler. I mean, the man is many-time Pro Bowler. But Defensive Player of the Year, I think he was twice. He has decided to retire, so enjoy your retirement, Stephon Gilmore. I hope you go into TV because the man is an intelligent guy, has good things to say. So let's hope we see him on one of the big American sports networks. Major League Baseball. What a weekend in Major League Baseball. What a night last night. 16 games. I mean, the Cubbies and the Guardians played twice last night in a doubleheader. We'll get to the second game later. Cubbies won the first one 1-0. The Pirates beat the Orioles 8-2. The Dodgers keep on rolling. They beat the Nationals 8-6. The Marlins beat the Yankees 7-6. The Padres beat the Red Sox 8-6. Red Sox are terrible this season. The Brewers beat the Royals 8-5. The Rays beat the Twins 4-1. And the White Sox took care of last year's finalists, the Blue Jays, 3-0. Some more to come there, as you can see. The Reds beat the Rangers 2-1. The Phillies lost at the Rockies 4-1. The Astros and the Athletics had a slugfest there. And the Athletics won that one 12-10. The Mets beat the Giants 5-2. The Mariners lost to the Angels 8-7. The Braves lost to the Diamondbacks 6-5. The Cubbies lost the second game to the Guardians 6-5. And the Cardinals took care of the Tigers. Here we go. Let's have a look at that. Let's start in the American League. Look, your team, the top team at the moment are the New York Yankees. And your worst team is the Boston Red Sox. That is not a good, just that sentence. Yankees best, Red Sox worst. That can't be going down well for Red Sox fans there in Boston. Can't be going well for them. Look, what are my surprise teams so far? Look, the Athletics have won 3. I didn't expect them to win 3 this early already. Then if you look at the National League, Marlins out there, but the Milwaukee Brewers and the Los Angeles Dodgers are the 2 teams to beat at the moment. And I've got to say, San Diego Padres, the worst team the Rockies were the worst team last year. Already had 3 wins. Are good. Rockies doing a lot better than they did last year. There you go. What do we do? Oh, here we go. We have new champions, baby. Yes, we have our national basketball champions of the ladies is the UCLA Bruins. They thrashed the South Carolina Gamecocks. Congratulations to the Bruins there from UCLA. Deserved champions. I thought you'd have been in the final against my Yukon Huskies, but no problem. You took care of business. You won the NCAA Women's Championship. Congratulations. Let's have a look at the score quick. 79-51. The game was never close. It was never close. There was not one. I mean, it was 21-10 after the first quarter, and then it was basically modus. They kept it at a distance, and then in the third quarter, they just blew South Carolina out the water. Good result there for them, and congratulations for them winning the title. Tomorrow morning at 10 to 3 in the morning, it's the Yukon Husky men against the Michigan Wolverines for the national title there in basketball. Let's see who gets that one. Don't forget, on Thursday is Across the Pond, your North American sports update, updates you on everything. Please join me for that at 1700 on Thursday. Oh, did I forget something? No, didn't forget anything. Here we go. Then we move into rugby. Oh, and if you're South African, close your freaking eyes because our teams are so fucking cuck. Look, I'm not going to go through all the results because Vern did most of them yesterday, but I'll do the games that were played yesterday. Bordeaux thrashed the Leicester Tigers 64-14, and Leinster took care of Edinburgh there 49-31. So what do we have? You have the English teams of Saints, Bath. They are still all in the mix. And then it's a lot of French. I mean, you've got Toulon, you've got Toulouse, you've got Bordeaux. The Sail Sharks are still in there. The Warriors, obviously, and Leinster from the URC. In the Challenge Cup, also the last 2 games were played yesterday. Stade Francais losing to the Dragons. Now, that is a little bit of a surprise for me. The Welsh are doing well. Tebre, another big surprise, knocking off Selection Paloise 31-15. I mean, look at that. Fucking Tebre comes through, but but no South African teams. Unbelievable. There you go. No, looking good. I would go right about now. I'd say the Chiefs and Montpellier looking good for the title. Wouldn't count out Connacht or Stade France. Then there were results in the Japanese league. Also, the last two will do because Vern did the other ones. The Brave Lupus beating the D-Rocks 40-24, and the Black Rams losing to Kobe Steel 19-40. If you want to know about the tables, the standings, what's coming up in the Premier League and all, or in the top 14, then check out the DEFCON Rugby Show. Tonight we'll be talking about the SA teams and their cuck weekend. Embarrassing. It's becoming embarrassing, the club rugby in South Africa. So we've got to talk about that today. Then we move on to the darts. That is the Elton Safety Shoes German Darts Grand Prix. Okay, well, the finals are today. Look, there were some big upsets in the early rounds. Look, some of the big boys are not here. Luke Littler, Gervin Price, and Luke Humphreys. Nathan Aspinall's not here. You know, there's a few of the big British players that have decided not to come. But let's have a look at some of the upsets in the first round. Let me go there. Peter Wright losing to Kim Huybrecht. Ooh. Raymond van Barneveld went out early against Marcel Husotter. What else? Yeah, that was the Saturday. Let's have a look at the Sunday, the next round. Michael Smith beating Dave Chisnell. Divan Border still in there. Danny Noppert still in there. Ryan Sill losing to Christopher Ratajski. The Chin, Gerald Gurney losing to Andrew Gilding. Damon Heta, he got knocked out early. In the evening session, Luke Woodhouse got thrashed by Kim Huybrecht. Josh Rock is still in there. James Wade out early against Kevin Dotz. Nico Springer sprung a surprising on Michael Van Gerven 6-1. The Asp is there, sorry. Nathan Aspinall, he did beat Ricardo Petracioco 6-5. Brendan Dolan got knocked off by Martin Schindler. And I can tell you, Jean Van Veen, he lost to William O'Connor. So that sets up tonight's darts. I might do that, I'm not sure. So in the afternoon session, that is at 1 o'clock. Noppert is in there. Clayton, Huybrechts, Ratajski, Smith, Springer, Smith. Another Smith, a lot of Smiths in there. Rock, Sonnefeld, Divenborder, Dots, Aspinall, Schindler. So actually worth watching. And then in the evening at 7 o'clock Central European time, the quarterfinals, the finals, and the semi-finals and the finals. Good stuff there. Then we move on. The IPL, yep. Big weekend in the IPL there. Vern did the Saturday games. I'm going to do the Sunday games. Sunrisers Hyderabad losing to Lucknow Super Giants. And the Royal Challengers Bangalore beating the Chennai Super Kings. What does that mean for the standings? Well, the Royal Challengers Bangalore are on top of the table. The Rajasthan Royals there as well. What's coming up this week? Every day, one game. Calcutta Knight Riders will take on the Punjab Kings. The Rajasthan Royals will take on the Mumbai Indians. The Delhi Capitals will take on the Gujarat Titans. Calcutta Knight Riders will take on Lucknow Super Giants. And the Rajasthan Royals on Friday will then again take on the Royal Challengers Bangalore, or the Bangalore. There you go. There's no hoor in Bangalore. There you go. Ooh, big week coming up in the EuroLeague basketball. Hapoel against Fenerbahce. That'll be live. I'll plug that afterwards. Zalgiris Dubai, Red Star Paris, Olympiacos Real Madrid, Valencia Milano, Barcelona Panathinaikos. Some big games in there. Let me tell you what's... first show you the table. I've only got the top 13 in because those are the only teams that are in playoff contention. The top 10 make the playoffs, so it's still tight there. I mean, Red Star, Monaco, Maccabi, Dubai, and Milano, I think, fight it out for the spots. Obviously, the 9th and 10th teams at the moment have the advantage. What's coming? What's our next live game? That is going to be Hapoel Tel Aviv against Fenerbahce. 2 playoff teams. Check that out. That's live tomorrow with Vern. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. There you go. Guys, that was our show for this morning. Yeah, easy. 19 minutes. Take it easy. Good stuff. Join us later this afternoon for the DEFCON Rugby Show. I can put that out. There it is. There you go. Join us for the DEFCON Rugby Show as we talk all things rugby. go a little bit into depth there, what is happening in South African rugby. We'll talk about that. And then tomorrow morning, again, I'll be back with a morning show. Maybe some darts tonight. I'll let you know later. Guys, be safe. Have a wonderful morning. See you later.